Yeah, welcome to Hex in the City, the show where the alien dossiers meet the divine disclosure. Lipstick and light codes mix like martinis, and where you read leaked black project files like your ex text messages, jokes. Now, today we're going to do something on Blue Planet. I'm Lily, and I have Nina with me, and we're going to have a little quick discussion.
Hello, everybody. This is Nina Lovegood. I'm so excited to join you tonight with the podcast to talk about this project. It definitely delves into a lot of the things that we've already found in other documents released by the government. So it's going to be pretty interesting because it goes more into the details of the facts that we already know.
Definitely. Sorry, it echoes a lot of my research. Like research that I've done over the years. I've kind of got information that's in this book from different sources. Obviously, some of the book has surprised me, but we will use discern here. So everybody, use your discern as you do when you're going down rabbit holes, because this is a rabbit hole. Me and Nina, we went down that rabbit hole together.
Yes, and to be fair, this rabbit hole does take you down several other rabbit holes. So be ready to open a few tabs.
Buckle up, bitches. The planet may be blue, but the lies are pitch black, and we came to flip the script. So we're going to talk about the blue planet. Um, Nina, what was it that highlighted in this blue planet book at the beginning for you that stood out the most? Because I know there was quite a lot of things. Let's focus on something that stands out the most.
Some of it has to do with projects that have already been discussed in other documents, but the fact that it actually goes into detail, like we all have heard about MK Ultra and the Majestic 12. However, in this document, it actually goes a little bit further and it talks about how there is a difference between the Majestic 12 and MJ 12.
Yeah.
And MJ 12 is actually, oddly enough, part of the three-letter C
Oh, yes. That
dot
comes
I
from
dot
America.
A
Yeah.
group. The top leader of the MJ 12 group, which is they call them number one, and they are usually, well, no, not usually, they are the head of the three-letter group that starts with the C.
Yeah, and they echo the real ones. And what I did go down was a little bit more is that JFK is in the timeline with them. So JFK
Absolutely.
wanting to tell all about disclosure, and this echo group of the real Majestic 12 kind of, well, sorted that out by the looks of it, eh?
It did. And see, another thing I found interesting is that this document came out in 1990. The document itself came out in 1990. It wasn't published until here recently into a book through Amazon. And so obviously when you look at it, you can tell it's been copy pasted to be a book format. And but the thing I find interesting is that it not only talks about US counterintelligence and the organization, and it shows a chart of how you break it down, but it also talks about, it goes into the details of certain projects, like how, not just how we did experiments, but we ourselves, the US government, has had an extremely big part in animal mutilations and human mutilations and kidnappings and abductions.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, where does the line stop between the beings abducting us, which is the type 1 grays, or the US government doing it. Because in this document it states that yes, there are other countries involved, but the number one country that is involved with doing the abductions and kidnappings is specifically the US. And they don't just kidnap those in the US. The US government actually allows the military to abduct other people around the world and call it an abduction from an alien when it's not.
An experiment. They're blaming them as well when they're part of it. Like, it's not about revenge, it's about restoration here. That's why we're bringing this out, because it needs to be spoke about. There's a lot going to happen. I did see the document where they went on about the species, and like they have literally a psychozoology manual.
It
But like,
really is.
there's not just the greys and the reptilians, and there's dozens. Some are bio androids, some are fully organic, some are interdimensional, and others are just ancient beings that have been longer than here. A few observers, but there is a lot of manipulating energies out there too. It's not all sweetness and light. So, you know, if you work on yourself and stay in your alignment, then you will get the tribe that is your vibe, I suppose, isn't it?
Absolutely agree with that. And I mean, throughout this time, you'll also run into people who aren't going to be in your alignment. And I usually call those people testers. They're testing your limit. We have these people placed into our lives at that specific moment to make sure that yes, we are in that alignment. We are in that right space of making sure that we grow and wake up
That's
from
it.
all of the lies we've been told.
Yeah, yeah. And like, it's not even like we're waking up to something that's not been here before. It's a cycle. It's happened already before. We've maybe been through it in past lives and stuff. We've maybe been at this point before, at the tipping point of the edge of the truth all coming out. And I do think humanity has got further this time with it. The cycle, I think it's a cycle that might actually be complete if it keeps going the way it's going. But it did. It all started with Eisenhower and his treaty deals, and he was the domino effect basically for black projects, and it got out of hand, from what I know. Both sides have said that the other one has got out of hand, so it's a tit for tat between the humans and the greys when it comes to taking the blame. But I think they're all just as bad as each other. It's not about revenge; it's about restoration. Even the ones that have got trapped, just let them free.
Absolutely agree. And not just in this document, but in other documents that have been released by the government already, they do state that they have kidnapped and abducted other species, other extraterrestrial and interdimensional beings. And you have to think of all the things that our governments have already done to us humans. What do you think they're doing to them? And we're not even knowledgeable of it, so they can be 10 times worse than what it would be if it was knowledgeable. And I really want to delve into that topic because in this document and in other several government documents, you hear about some of these beings being quote unquote malevolent. And usually it is italicized in the documents that they're
Like,
quote
what's the
unquote
difference
malevolent.
between the malevolent and malevolent? What's
Yeah.
the difference?
So benevolent means that they are peaceful. They don't, it's kind of like Sweden almost. They're not in it to cause harm or hurt others. Malevolent is supposed to mean that they are bad, they're evil, etc., etc. However, when the government themselves talk about these beings, such as the reptiloids or reptilians or the Praymenus type insects, the insectoids, when they
Yeah.
talk about them, usually it's when they're being when our government, when human beings are either destroying something that is of theirs, like the dimensions or something, or we've done something bad to human beings. They only act up and quote unquote bad when we ourselves do something not good first. And I mean, if you saw someone destroying your planet that you've been visiting to or quote unquote vacationing to for hundreds of thousands of years, and you see these beings just destroying it without care, wouldn't you act a little bit upset? Wouldn't you act angry and mean or bad?
Yeah.
Because I know I would.
No, I get it because, like, us humans, like, we're all not perfect 100%, but I will fight for humanity here because we're not all the same. And even the ones
Absolutely.
that are not the same, they are the same. Their flame is just hidden, or they've been hurt, or situational stuff. There's nobody really born with a bad flame here. We're all born from pure consciousness, and the world shapes us. The government have taken a big, big part of that. But we will go on into all that as well. This is our first little snippet of just doing a little podcast. That you're going to be hearing plenty more from us, especially Nina.
Absolutely. And I'm so excited to be starting this podcast with you. There's so much we have to talk about, so much that some people are just now waking up to, that I think this podcast is very needed, because those who are waking up are going to need something that's going to break it down in simple terms and not cost them an arm and a leg for it.
Well, it's about like nurture. We'll not leave it to nature. I just see other podcasts and stuff, and it's all men really. Whenever it's about this stuff, it is kind of all men. And it's a masculine intake, and it's always logical. But like us females, we're a bit dreamy and a bit emotional. So, there'll be more from us. We'll have more of an opinion and probably maybe deep dive that little bit more. But you know, it's an exciting journey, to just be releasing my knowledge to the public. I've been doing this for a long time, and I just want everybody to know, like, you're safe if you're grounded, you're protected, and just stay in your alignment. Don't let anybody take away your light.
I will definitely second that. And
So
when in doubt, oh, go ahead, Leland.
I was just gonna say, so we'll wrap it up, and we're gonna come back and we'll dive a bit more with the blue planet, and we'll have other members of the team joining us, as there's more than us two. There's a few, and as the weeks go on, you'll be meeting them all.
And I'm so excited for everyone to meet those people, because they have mm, so many
Yeah, we're from
facts
a
that
community that
we don't
shines
even.
with knowledge, and you know what? We're gonna give them the chance to put it out there as well.
Absolutely.
So we'll wrap up and good night from us.
And just remember, the truth is out there, everybody. All you have to
Yeah.
do is believe and look.
Don't look up, look in.